Ooh, yes sir, welcome to Man Domain, the place where we work in our body, our mind to become better man. I know you're saying like, your body and your mind, where are you going to work your body? Don't worry, it's coming, and it's going to be a lot better than you think. Don't worry, don't worry. But away from it, little story time. Story time! When I was a kid, yes, I know, I have to go back to when I was a kid. When I used to live in my grandmother's house, and there were 6 women, and was me and my uncle, the only 2 men in there. Like I say, I spent limited time amount with my uncle, but I really appreciate the time I spent with him because he teaches me so many things and he gave me the basics of the entrepreneurial mindset. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I struggle a lot with food. Food was always a problem in our house, life was always a problem, bills were always a problem. So for most of the time, when they used to cook food, they will cook rice and chicken, and because we were at that house, we were 8 people. Yes, 6. My 3 aunts, my mother, my sister, my grandmother, me. Yes, 8 people in total. So they made rice and they made 8 pieces of chicken, right? So everybody had their own piece of chicken. And it's weird that I'm smiling, but you know, it's like it's good memories, even though it was hard. Like every day when we had to eat, okay, you had your own pieces of chicken, but some days somebody will be hungrier than the other ones in the house, right? And they will sneak into the kitchen and they will take a second piece of chicken. So that meant that somebody was not going to take a piece of chicken that day. The last person that had to eat, of course, went there to the rest, and where was the fucking piece of chicken? Somebody ate it, no? So it became like an entire CSI episode that you had to discover who ate your piece of chicken. So it was like extremely. The person that was missing the chicken, of course, was angry and furious because he had to eat rice alone, and the one that ate the chicken was laughing his ass off because he ate the chicken from that person, right? So it was always extremely interesting to find out who ate the piece of chicken. Sometimes you will find out and you will take some quick vengeance of it. Maybe you hit them a couple of times or whatever, but other times you will never find out. The fact is that this showing me something, man. This showing me that at least something that I can look back at right now. That even in the hardest time, if you have the right people around you, everything is going to feel different. That could have felt entirely different if we were not a family in there. You know, if we didn't love each other, that could have felt entirely different. It could have been an entire war. It could have been the cause of so many other issues for us and the psychological aspect. But no, I don't know if they can look back at it the same way I do, but I can look back at it and just laugh my ass off of it because it's good memories, man. We were so united, and then to see one of us being angry because he was left without a chicken, it was hilarious. At least for me, you know, I was a little kid. But sometimes it was me that didn't have the piece of chicken, no? So I had my turns also. But at the end, we love each other, man. So it's important that you find people that you feel comfortable with, that love you genuinely, man. Because if you find a group of people that love you by what you are, and you also love them by who they are, it can be your family or it can be your friends, man. Doesn't matter how hard the times get, man. How hard the times get, the world can end, and you can be the only 2 persons floating in the space for who knows how much time, man. And you will still be able to look back at that moment that you're floating in the universe with that person. You will still be able to have a smile just because that person was there. So of course, being a lone wolf is hard. Being alone is hard. I'm experiencing it myself. But finding people that genuinely love you, building your family that genuinely loves you is something that is really important. That's why you should stay away from snakes. You should stay away from everybody that doesn't have your best interest. And something that I found is that a quick way to realize if somebody has your best interest is when you win. How does the person around you react when you win, when you get that new job, when you get that new pay raise, when you buy your new car, when you buy your new house? What's their reaction, man? Because in there you can see if they are true friends or not. It's not that if they feel a little bit of envy that they are not your friends. No, envy is a normal human emotion. Maybe your best friend buys the car of his dream, and you get a little bit envious because you say, "Ah, holy shit, I want the car of my dreams too." But it's not that you don't love him. It's not that you are not happy for him. It's just that it created this strange sensation for you that that makes you desire that to accomplish that objective too. And of course, from that moment on, you have to take a decision. Do I drag my friend down so that he doesn't have it anymore, or do I work for it by myself? And of course, if you genuinely appreciate and love that person, you are going to be motivated to work more. So it's not that the person cannot feel envy, but it's how their entire reaction to it. Are they supporting you? Are they telling you to keep pushing? Or are they trying to just push you back and push you back? If they're trying to push you back and push you back for their own insecurities, it means they love themselves more than they can ever love anybody. And of course, everybody has to be able to love themselves, to be able to love somebody else. But if that self-image of yourself is so huge that you cannot appreciate the success, or you cannot appreciate the achievements of the people that are near you, the people that are surrounding you, then that person might be a snake, man. And if that person you see that has a weird attitude, now that you got your house, now you got your car, they have a weird attitude towards you, then you should be careful, man, and you should be making distance. Because like I said before, envy is a weird emotion. Envy makes people unite to destroy one person's progress, which is extremely weird. No other emotion works this way. Love unites people, of course, but that's like the main thing of love, right? Anger is extremely hard for two angry person to just get on the same page and attack the same thing. It's hard. It can be possible, but it's harder. Sadness, no, you want to chill down, you want to lay down, everything works slower. But envy is fucking weird. Like, I hate him because he has this, and then he finds another friend. No, I hate him because he has this. Okay, let's ruin everything for him. Let's make his life worse. Like, people unite with envy. It's weird. So you have to start to take distance, man. So that's the one way that you can test people that are surrounding you. So you start to improve your life, start to looking for more wins, and start to talk with them, and start to see the reactions. And if the reactions do not match, if the reactions are not supporting, if the reactions are making you feel worse about achieving those things, then it's time for you to take a distance. Because snakes can be friendly for so much time, and but if dogs that they have been raised for centuries to be the best friend of of us human species, they sometimes bite us. Imagine what one snake can do. And don't forget that snakes are poisonous also. So that means that when they bite, it's going to hurt, but it's going to hurt for way more time because you will have venom in you. Now, what happens when you have a friend and he's a snake and you did not want to take distance because maybe you had a huge appreciation and he bites you? Now, you have the initial pain, and then you start to not trust some people that you start to know, because you say, my best friend just stabbed me on my back. And this is going to create, of course, a sense of, holy shit, can I really trust the other person that are in my life if my best friend just did that? So that's what we want to avoid. We want to avoid being bitten by snakes, and we want to avoid having that venom that contaminates the soul, that contaminates our mind, and doesn't allow us to trust other people that might be deserving of our love and of our appreciation. So we have to be extremely careful with the people that we surround ourselves with. My brothers, it's better to be alone than to be around snakes. Do not regret this. It's better to be alone than to be alone around snakes. Take your distance. Stay quiet if you know there are snakes. If you have to do the chameleon and you have to act because there's no other option, then you do it. But be careful. Be careful, because it has extremely bad consequences to be around snakes. You never know when they're going to stab you in your back, and you never know when they are going to bat you, and you never know how much venomous it can be, so how bad the venom can affect your life, right? So let's be careful. I wish you the best. I wish you that you find people that love you and appreciate you. I wish you that you find friends that stand there for you. If your family is not what you think it should be, remember that you will always be able to in the future build your own family and change things in in what will be your family tree. That from now that you are here on, everything that comes is love and abundance and protection within the family members. And you have to remember that you must not surrender, that you must keep pushing even if you're alone, my brother. One day things are going to get better. Time passes, time doesn't stop. So let's keep working, let's trust God, and let's keep working, my brothers. And as I usually say, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.